Okay. Doing little reaction videos. I hope this is pleasurable content, you know. You guys enjoy. I got my little VTube mini. And we're gonna watch one of our lovely YouTubers here, Hanni. I do like this channel in general. I think it provides a lot of good context for the more leveled side of femininity of the feminist movement. A lot of times when you see femininity online, it's filled with a lot of negativity. But this channel has, of course, those negative talking points, but there's like hope layered in there. But this is something that I generally agree with. You know, it is very visible. It is very bad that most guys fall into this line, but I say in general, before we even get started with this, beating yourself up about it and tackling it in the natural feminine shaming way is not the way to actually solve the problem. That's a good way to actually exasperate the problem. So that's why I have generally like not the greatest opinion of this video. It's kind of why I'm doing this reaction. And why I think that it being visible that we watch porn is a good thing. So let's get into this. Let's start this reaction.
Before you start hating me in the comment section below, just wait a bit. Hear me out. And after that, we will dedicate time which you can express what you think about what I'm saying, or
give her
just
platform.
how dumb I am by saying those things.
And that's why I did before she even started.
You have the right to do both.
Yeah. Go on.
Any of what I'm about to say is not from the point of view of a woman, nor a feminist or activist of human rights or female rights. I am off my lady horse today. And I'm coming from point of view of you. Clearly, everything around you turned to be a porn.
Yep, very true.
It's no longer just porn that is porn. Almost everything is porn these days. Females are making it more easy on you to get just what you crave for, not necessarily what you want.
I feel like that is the general detriment of society. It's way too easy. Not only to get this thing that's so fucking terrible or whatever, it's way too easy to get it, but also it's way too easy to criticize it, like she's doing. Anyone can. I'm not saying hiking up to top of a snowy mountain is easy, but anyone and everyone indeed does criticize and humiliate all the people who say they do it and who actively engage in, and especially the more coarse things, which we all are on a path to get to. Once we start this, you're always gonna, if you keep delving into porn, you're gonna eventually need the more extreme stuff, and that stuff is often looked down on. To sustain this eternal dopamine chase lifestyle, and you don't realize that it really does affect everything in your life. Like when you go outside, you can't help but just stare at some ass. When you're on the toilet, you're just constantly thinking about it. And I really do think starving ourselves of this stimuli is the answer. The problem is a lot of people don't have that outlet to sexually gratify them. They don't have anybody else to fuck the pain away. So when you don't and you have work to do, that porn shit is going to distract you. It distracts me. That's why I have to level it out to like right at the beginning of the day or right at the end of the day. It distracts the hell out of me. And because I still have those two times, everything in between is sort of baked by that essence of it. Like I know what I'm about to do, and then when I wake up, I can't help but just go there in the mind already. When I gain consciousness, I'm just like, it's go time. It's dick beating time. So it really does affect everything. A lot of people think, oh, it's just whatever. It's just a little thing on the side or whatever. It's not like you eat a dessert every once in a while and you're good. But if you eat cake every day, You know, it's not going to be good for you. Let me go and play this again.
Don't you see that there is some sort of abuse about man instinct? Male primal instinct of this physical urge. That when you feel it, most likely you don't get to think at the very same time. Don't you think that when somebody is doing something out of an instinct, and people or industries are taking advantage of that, don't you think is an abuse?
True. And this is the same thing that's happening with the gaming industry. A lot of times people think that the things being made for us and produced for us are there for our engagement and enjoyment, but not really. The end all be all is money and sustainability for them. They don't care about any of your health or any of your pockets or any of your well-being, these companies, especially the porn companies. I'm pretty sure they actively know, and they're not worried at all that the industry is going to fail in the future, just want more money now. You know, so things like that, and the comparison with gaming is that our pockets are of no concern, our health is of no concern, especially the companies like Nintendo and EA, and them selling us these things like subscriptions are not in a ways to just last and be able to make the amazing games that we love because they're in it for the art. No, it's because they're not making as much money as they used to. Not even because, you know, they're about to go bankrupt or about to go, you know, they're just not making as much as they used to. So they have to fire more people and they have to destroy more generations. And it's just like you, man. It's not even like your dopamine is like down from before from watching this porn. It's just like you're not getting as much as you used to. And because of that, we have to go and do more extreme things. You have to take more extreme tactics. And I agree that, you know, it's obviously not a good thing, but, you know, the solutions to this aren't the shame. And unluckily, that's not where we're going to go here in this video. This is a pre-watch, by the way. So just, you know, most of the videos in this playlist I have pre-watched, just because that's the way I like to do reactions. I like to have a pure conversation, you know. I suppose this is part of the reasons why I didn't really like reaction content. For the longest time, I thought that people would look down on you, potentially, for, you know, pre-watching your reaction content, because it's supposed to be a reaction. But, you know, just like anything, there's parameters to it. Anybody can do it anyway. And there's no shame to it. Much like the masturbation, there should be no shame to it. There should be no shame to it, because that's the thing, guys. When there is no shame around this, it's going to stop you from getting in that whole cycle of, oh, I feel bad about myself, I guess I should masturbate, and then I masturbate, and then I feel bad about myself, so I guess you know, it's going to stop that cycle if you just stop being ashamed and you actively get in your mind while you do it. Like she said, this is an unconscious thing that we're getting into. Like, I don't think any of us are being mindful and really in the frame of mind. Like, do you feel yourself in your bed or on the toilet or wherever you are? You know, are you really feeling yourself doing what you're doing? I think you're in another state, you're in another mind, and it's very unconscious. And the reason why that's so attractive to a lot of guys is because there's no other place where we can do that. You need an outlet. You need a flow state. You need something that actually gives you power in your thoughtlessness besides this. And I'm noticing a lot of guys don't have that. A lot of guys, you know, usually don't reach flow state unless they're at their job. And it's like, oh God, I want to like find love and happiness in my job. I don't care how much you fucking love your job. There are 1,000 things you hate about it. There are 1,000 things that you criticize about it. And there are 1,000 things you can fix about it. And in general, a lot of the friendships and relationships we make in work just get more complex and aren't things that we should generally come to for comfort outside of work. I'm not saying, you know, you should never hang out with your work friends outside of work. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you have a problem in real life, don't go to your coworkers. And when we don't have a girlfriend, we don't a good men's mental state of being, it turns into this whole game of where can I let go? And a lot of people can't let go anywhere, except for in the porn. Yeah, the shame cycle continues. You know, the shame cycle continues. Let's continue here.
These days is the easiest you've ever got to see a pussy. To
True.
get is another story. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to be very dirty words here.
Yeah.
Move on if it's bothering you.
Yeah. Easier than ever,
Now,
like I said.
for a virtual piece of meat, a virtual talk with another lady, a virtual exposure, a virtual sex talk, you are willing to trade your time, your intelligence, your ability to distinguish between what you want and what your body wants. Two different things.
I feel like that is, see, like it's an important distinction, you know, what our mind wants and what our body wants, but you know, it's just like cravings. Cravings at certain points of the day, at certain times of the day. Maybe you crave like a fucking smoothie or a piece of cake, or I keep going back to cake, or you know, some random thing. But sort of the instincts of the cravings is just, you know, the natural human cycle. But the thing is, if you keep drowning yourself in it, if you keep drowning yourself in the cravings and just indulging yourself, especially with a craving like this, you know, you'll become like me, where sex really isn't profitable or fun. You know, it's not like I'm blinding myself from what I really want. You know, like, oh, I'm eating the cake, but what I really want is like a healthy meal or something in my body. It's like, no, like once you get deep enough in there, and this is probably the same with cravings and fast food and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I know this. I can compare this to somebody I know. So basically, cigarettes, you know, smoking. If you smoke enough and you try to stop, eventually your body will sort of become attached to the smoking. And to stop smoking would actually be detrimental to your health. So it's kind of like that. Now, I'm not saying stopping the porn is going to be detrimental to your health. I'm just saying you have to replace it with something, or else you're going to fucking go crazy. And a lot of the problems with this is that guys, or people in general, they focus on it too much. Just like with anything else, where your mind goes, your energy flows, right? So if I'm focused on the no fap thing and like, oh yeah, I'm not fapping for so long, blah, 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 eventually you're gonna crash out because you just keep thinking about it, because that's your main focus. And nature really doesn't go away. You'll find out what your true nature is. Hopefully, you know, the 20s to 30s area is really for that. But your nature doesn't really go away. It's going to take a lot of effort to sort of move that needle even like an inch. So we say these things like, you know, your primal instinct and your nature drives it. Yeah, to a certain extent, but you know, you have to realize the cravings aren't really you, and at the same time, self-control is just a lot more helpful of a skill to have. And you know, you have to recognize, you know, just be aware of what stage you are. You know how uncontrollable is this habit for me? You know, do I have to do it in the morning? Do I have to do it before work? Is it stopping me from doing things that I actually want to do? And the sad thing is that for most guys, it's not. Most guys, it's just like the side thing that's whatever, and they can still do everything they need to do. They can still, you know, the sad thing is that it doesn't really disrupt. And it's not like I wish the porn habits disrupted all the guys, but I feel like if it really did, on a visceral level, and I'll get a little bit into this as well, I feel like bullying and shaming in real life, it's kind of needed like that. But if it affected guys more viscerally in the real world instead of just, you know, casually outside of it, I feel like we'd be having a lot different of a conversation here. But yeah, let's continue.
Don't you see how much you are dedicating to it? Don't you see how much you're out of control of it? It's not the masturbation. It's not the self-pleasing.
Mm-mm.
Because I am not a man, I'm not able to tell things which I'm not experiencing. But in the very same breath, I can say it's easy to see when a man is watching porn. When I'm saying watching porn, I don't mean the man who is watching porn for 5 minutes. You know what? No, I'm including all of it. All kinds of men who are watching porn, because you are not watching porn for 2 minutes. You are watching porn because you need to release yourself and you are no longer able to do it without it. Or you just want to spend time.
So it's essentially what you're saying here is that it's easy to see the lost souls, the lost men who aren't in their true bodies when they're outside. They are just sort of wandering till the next, release, to the next time they can be free. It's just to the next time they can sort of feel like a man again. And yeah, this is a lot of us. This is a lot of guys. This is probably why a lot of people don't, sort of, I don't know, maybe intellectualize it or realize it or think, that I do watch porn or whatever. I think that a lot of people do. But the problem is, there's no like outside shaming tactic or anything there. It's all internal. But people feel it. The guys who watch porn feel it. I know I feel it. When I'm outside, I'm just looking at an ass, and I'm like, oh god, I can't stop looking at the ass. I feel it all the time. I feel that urge, that drive, because it's baked into us. A lot of times, people just can't get away from it because the way their algorithm's shaped. Like I know my brother. I think I've talked about the situation he had before, but his YouTube is just showing him ass. He doesn't have like ass channels. He's like gaming channels like me. But instead of VTubers where it shows me, shows him just a bunch of like real life booty shaking ass, some TikTok, dancing girls or whatever on his subs feed, and he's not subbed to any of that. So just the small things like that we're exposed to lead us into this generation where it's like the sex is right in front of our face, and at the same time the feminist movement has us all shamed and all undercover and be like, oh, I can't, just use a girl for her body, oh my god. When at night, what are we doing? We're just using girls for their bodies. So it's like this entire dichotomy is just fucking us up mentally. And the fact that the shame is all internal is the problem, I feel like if what if this was flipped? And instead, everybody was super proud of watching porn and everybody just loved the act of doing it internally, but externally, all the women shamed everyone for doing it. And all the guys shamed everyone for doing it constantly. There were like anti-porn ads and everything and all this shit. But, we were all grown up, brought up, being told that, hey, this is okay. This is the way the world is supposed to be. This is something to just stave you off and have you okay until you find a girl. Like, that doesn't even sound right. But just imagine this crazy flipped world. I feel like a lot less people would watch porn if that was the case. Because it sounds weird to me. Even me intellectually stating it in this world, I feel like in this universe, I'd be like, oh god, this is weird. I don't want to, but that's just the hipster in me. I feel like. I don't know if the entire world would be like this. Maybe we'd just be a whole gooned out generation. But the fact that all the shame from this is just all behind closed doors, where you do it, it brings on this entire, internal complex to ourselves that really brings home the fact that we are not in control of our future. The whole you will own nothing and be happy. We don't even own our own dicks. Who controls that? It's definitely not us. But that's the whole idealistic nature of the generation. We don't want to take accountability for anything. If you want to take accountability for one thing, the best step to do, take accountability for that dick, baby. Accountability for that dick. Okay, let's continue.
Don't you see that your choice has been taken away from you?
Yeah, there was exactly what I was talking about.
For it each time. You're just already, you're not even having
No.
a moment of a decision. You just do it.
Yeah.
If you're alone at home, you're doing it. If you have free time and you don't have nothing to do, or at least you don't want to do the things that you need to do, you're doing it. So you're trading your life. You're trading your time, the most precious thing you have.
Okay, yeah, I know. The time is so important. The time is so precious. Guys, that is the main resource of life. And, you know, I'd say I get a lot into my head about, oh my God, I'm wasting. Guys, however you spend your time, as long as it's not killing yourself, it's fine. But the thing is, what she's portraying here is that we are killing ourselves. We're killing, you know, our erectile dysfunction, our will to live, our meaning to live, you know? Because back in the day, you know, back in the prehistoric times, you think we had sex every day? You think we were fucking every day, every night, all the damn time? Was not a thing. So you see this whole masturbation thing kind of fucks up the whole evolutionary psyche to make us think that if we're not constantly busting, then we're busted as a person, that we're broken. Which generally is the opposite. Like, I'm thinking about this and I'm like, even if I had a girlfriend, would I want to fuck her every day and night? And I'm like, I don't think I would. But I still masturbate every day and night. Like what is up with that? It doesn't make sense. And I don't think we should take no accountability over it and be like, oh, this whole world has fucked me and I have no choice but to fap instead of finding a girlfriend or doing what I need to do. No, that's not what happened. It's all parameters that we've built ourselves with, you know, of course, the shit statements that we were given, or you know, our shit starting stats. But I'm still grateful. You know, it hurts to say that, but I'm still grateful for my childhood and what happened here, because I imagine growing up as a Gen Z, you know, if I was just like a couple of generations off, probably be fucked. Just the person I am, knowing that, you know, Gen Z in general is the loner generation, and like I said multiple times, I just hate people. That's why this whole masturbation thing comes natural to me. And it is a hateful act that we keep doing this to ourselves and shaming each other for doing this to ourselves. When in reality, it's the connections, the communication that we're missing. Like I imagine if I just had someone to talk to every time I wanted to go, you know, bust everywhere, I'd be fine, you know? And that's why a lot of guys need therapy. But I just find something so weird about paying someone to talk to me, especially when I can do this. And about the same, about as equivalent as profitable, you know? And this could actually make me money. You know, the thing is, therapy works for a lot of people. And I've been there before. I've done it with multiple therapists. That sounds weird. But anyways, I would say go ahead, try it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like there's nothing wrong with masturbating. You just try it. And if it doesn't work for you, you try something else. Try a different therapist. Try a different medication. But so many people are locked in that trap of thinking, the planning stage. And I feel like that's what gets us in you know, the masturbation loop. You know, you plan, you don't like the plan, you masturbate, you know, and that was me. That was me a lot, you know. I would be like, yeah, I'm going to do this right after this fap. So it's a little bit of an annoying cycle that we have to break, and I'd be fucking, you know, be fucking Gandhi if I knew how to break that, but I don't know.
Have for a virtual pussy? That's the most men you can be? Yeah, I touched that. I said it. Is the most men you'll ever be to get so many girls at once, and none of these girls actually there for you, or not there with you?
Okay, so yeah, I do agree with this. You know, like, you know, this is the most man you can be, whatever. But it's very annoying to hear this from a woman. Very annoying to hear this from a woman who, you know, let's be real, they have no concept of what it truly means to be a guy. And that idea that you know, these online girls don't really care about you, don't really like you. It's like not really about that. It's about the aesthetic and the feeling that they like you. You know, a lot of girls who actually have, a lot of guys who actually have girlfriends and people around them, they don't actually love them. You want to find out who really loves you? Stop texting people. Stop reaching out to people. And you'll realize as a guy, most motherfuckers do not give a shit about you. I just want the aesthetic that they do. And a lot of guys need that aesthetic that they do, and a lot of people don't even know how to portray that aesthetic like it's real. And when it becomes not real, for like maybe even a fraction of our friend group, for me, I kind of crashed out and really got a lot more into my paranoid, schizophrenic, mental disability thing. You know, the crash out was definitely necessary, because I feel like these hard truths need to be laid upon us at some point in life. But like, yeah, even the girls that, you know, supposedly you're supposed to be there for you for the rest of the life, they could essentially be the same as these porn women. And that reality setting in for guys really hurts. Especially when you think, I have it all, I have the world, you know, nothing can put me down, and you relax in that. That's the worst thing you can do as a guy. Because I guarantee you, no matter where you are, if you think you have it all, you have the girl, you have the life, you have the car, you have the kids, and you relax in that, you will fall. You will start, you have peaked, and you will start anti-peaking. So this tension that is always within us, unless we have that authentic, nourishing love, or at least the aesthetic of it, like I said, because that's the thing. If it's just the aesthetic of it, it can be just as fine as the real thing for us. If we don't have that, yeah, it leads to an even bigger crash out. You know, so it's like what do we do? What do we do? We have this tension in us, and there's hardly any way to release it. But you know, the real seems fake, the fake seems fake. You know, what do we do? I'd say, guys, this ain't a solution, but it's the start of one. You got to meditate on it. You really have to take a step back and think. And you don't even have to, like, you know, do the meditation silently. You can even meditate while you're masturbating. You know, be in your head. No, not in your head. Be in your body. You know, actively come to your mind, because a lot of the stuff that we do is very unconscious. You know, when we're going through it, it's very unconscious. I feel like if you really went back to your brain while you're doing it, and really thought, like, I am sitting here, and, you know, just fapping away to some other guy porking a girl in some weird position, you know, or whatever it is that you're watching. You know, look at the phone in your hand, concretely feel it. It's really good if you do it next to a mirror. And this may not work if you are attractive like me, you know, because then you just get hornier, essentially. But yeah, if you love yourself, this probably won't be a problem in the first place, because if you love yourself, you know that you're breaking your dick and that you want to stop, you know. And I love myself, and I can feel my dick breaking, so like I want to stop. So like I'm on the path, but at the same time, we can't just take this shame and have it destroy us.
You just use your imagination, your fantasy, and the man that you wish to be into the situation, and that's the furthest that you can get in life.
Probably is.
To dedicate your life to watch things that are not.
And that's okay.
It will never be yours.
It's okay.
That are stealing you away from you, stealing your life.
Real quick, I'm pausing a lot, but like, who gives a fuck about where we're gonna make it in life? Who cares? Who cares? If you're not happy where you already are right now, move on. You know, I'm not gonna push people to end it, but if you're not having fun in the process, then do something else. In that bullshit. And that's the problem with a lot of guys. They've come to the realization that if I don't like the process of doing this bullshit, I'm never gonna make it anywhere. This is it. This is the peak. This is where we are at right now, right here, right today. 6:27, 7:13 a.m. We have reached the peak, and in 7:14, I will reach another peak. If you don't have that mindset already, then just fucking end it. And that's why so many people are committing suicide, because of stupid videos like this, thinking like, that's the best you're gonna be in life. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? And so many people are obsessed with the goals and the aspiration. I'm gonna make it here, I'm gonna make it here, I'm gonna make it here. I don't care where you're gonna make it. I care what you're doing now and how much fun you are having doing it. Which is why I watch porn. You know, it's fun. You know, it's fun to turn your brain off. That's what every girl wants to do at all times. Bro, if you could hook every girl up into like a no brain machine and they were just constantly watching porn and automatically doing their entire life, they would fucking do it in a heartbeat. And most guys would not do it because we want a chance to actually use our brains sometimes. Girls just want porn all the time. All the fucking time. Every fucking second of the day. Guys, even if you watch a lot of porn, even if you're a super gooner, I guarantee you there's a moment where you don't want to watch porn, even if it's 5 seconds after. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. And we have to stop glorifying the fact that, oh no, the porn's stopping me from all this progress. Oh no, when I stop the porn, I'm gonna be amazing. Oh no, when I stop the porn, I'm gonna reach all my goals and I'm gonna be fucking incredible. Because you know what happens when that doesn't happen? And what's worse, what happens when that does happen? What happens when you reach all of your goals and you do all of that bullshit that you said you were gonna do, and you come to the greatest platitude of all time? What are you gonna do? You're probably gonna go back to porn. Probably. I mean, I imagine maybe there's a girl that wants you now that you've peaked and you've reached all that bullshit. You're like, there's obviously a girl that's gonna want to come to your finish line and reap all the benefits, right? So maybe you have a girlfriend. I doubt you're gonna stop watching porn with the girlfriend though, because she's most likely there for all the benefits you have now, because you have all this leverage. Unless you actually took the time to vet and scan and find the right person, and then you're just pissed off and watching porn the whole time because you're at this peak, and then the goals start setting in on you, and you're like, I have to get something new, and then everybody starts judging you because they can't judge the evolution because you've already peaked. Like there's so many problems that are just constantly going to come if you don't love what you're already doing right now. So why suffer? Why kill yourself? Why constantly like, oh, I can't porn, I can't. I'm like, no, it's not good. We should start this path to stop it, right? We should 110%. But having it be the roadblock, having it be any kind of block, having it be a valuable stepping stone in your journey. Fuck all these stepping stones. You know what you need to do? Exactly what you need to do. And that's it. And what's going to get you there is cutting out all of your bad habits. Every single one, not just the porn. It's like the smoking, the gambling, the drinking, the watching thousands of YouTube videos with floating Magic Koopa avatars. All that. All that. You got to stop it. Because your goals will be there. They will always be there. So stop chasing it so fucking hard and stop trying to metagame the world. Like that's actually gonna be fun. Like maybe metagaming some video games is fun, but the world is a video game. When you metagame that, you make your entire life unfun. What the fuck is the point of that? Like I know thousands of ways to quickly grind through Dragon Quest. You know, there's a couple of awesome things the guild has told me. For example, you can find treasure chests on the world map. You know, you find a good treasure chest on the world map and you just grind that shit every day. You go back to that spot every 2 to 3 hours. Go pick up that treasure chest again. You know, there's just multiple ways. But is that fun to me? No. You know what's fun to me? I start up a boss. I go over here. I work out a little bit. I come back. The boss is finished. You know, so it's just a book of bosses game for me. You know, I have my own method. So maybe you have your own method that involves porn. Maybe you want to do it at this specific time. Maybe you want to do it at this specific time. Maybe you don't want to do it at all. Maybe you want to do it all the time. I don't care. I literally don't care. You just have to stop being ashamed of it. You have to lock in and trust yourself on a schedule, on a path, you know, a schedule and a path to be who you want to be. And I don't care who that man is. I don't care who you idolize. As long as it's someone outside of yourself that God can help you get to. We're not, you know, going on specific goals or specific platitudes, but fuck that, man. Fuck that. If you want to be a hobo for the rest of your life and live in your car, I don't care. That's a good goal. At least you have one. But a lot of people are deluding themselves and shaming themselves into thinking they're going to make, you know, be the next Kanye fucking West. Some bullshit. Because, you know, I'm going to start watching porn and I'm going to be the best person ever. It's not about that. It's not about that. This journey is entirely self-fulfilling. And if you're not doing it for yourself, then you should just stop doing it. And once again, you know, this is what leads guys to suicide. This is on the men's mental health month. You guys have to do this for yourselves. No one else is going to do it for you. No one else is going to do it for you. And as someone who really struggles with the communication, I'd say that is the key to really, really shut this shit down. If you guys have a problem, if you have a mental issue that you want to talk to someone about, Go reach that hotline. You know, the 1-800-277. You go reach that hotline. I call it all the time.
Life away from you, stealing your time that you can dedicate to become that man you fantasize about. You probably also give your money for it. There are men that don't watch porn because there is enough porn outside. And if you have a good mind, there is enough porn inside your head. You can have it all in your head.
Very true. It's like that in high school.
But it's never just watching one thing and that's it. You're watching one thing, 10 seconds, and then you skip to the other one, and then you scroll to the other one, you scroll to the other one. It's just never-ending story.
There's a lot of experience in this.
And that's the only time you feel a man. That's the only time you feel a man.
See, now I would disagree. Honestly, I've even, whoa, crazy statement, but I've even had sex, and I don't even feel like a man when I'm doing that. When I feel like a man, when I feel like an actual person, when I'm training, when I'm performing, when I'm talking platitudes, I feel like one now. But like, it's just so shameful. Like when I actually get in my mind during it, I don't feel like a man. I think that's why my porn taste has gone so fucking crazy. Like now I look at the sissy shit and the Fuda shit and all this crazy stuff. I feel like that's why my porn brand has gone to the extreme, what the fuck are we even looking at area? And why I just decided to bring that into my sexuality and say, fuck it, I'm bi now. I don't care. Because I feel like that just, it breaks your mind into somewhere where you can be comfortable again. And being a man to me, being a person to me, being a human to me is when you feel the most free. And freedom is inherently slavery, but I definitely feel trapped. I feel trapped in my mind state, maybe trapped within my hand, but I feel trapped within something whenever I'm there. I don't feel free at all. Maybe if I was outside walking with my dick swinging and I was masturbating, I had a hands-off masturbator. I don't know. I was walking around with a butt plug and maybe I'd feel alive, but I don't. Maybe it's the way I'm masturbating, but I definitely don't feel like a man. I don't feel like a man when I'm having sex either, if I'm being honest. Maybe I just haven't found the right person. I'm about like double digits deep in the in the notches on the belt, and I'm not proud of it. I am not proud of it. I wasn't proud of it when I was like 7 in. Because a lot of the times when I do, I don't plan it. I don't court. I used to be on the dating apps, and I remember I'll give just one example. I was talking to this girl on Hinge, and we were just having like a random fucking conversation. So essentially, she was like, "Oh yeah, can I come over?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, okay, why?" Because like it's late, and I don't want to, I don't. I literally said like I don't want to do anything weird, and she came over, and then she started making out with me, and I was just like, I didn't want to do this. I'm sorry, I wasn't into it, and yeah, that was an awkward time that didn't really end in something that she wanted, and we just kind of ended it there. But yeah, I've noticed, especially with the opposite gender, they don't want to act like they want sex as much as they do, but they want it a lot. For me specifically, they want it more than me. Every time. There have been times where I've been horny and I ask girls and I start chasing girls, and they don't come for me. They're like, even girls that I've fucked before, I'm like, I'm horny now, hey, you wanna, and they don't. And I'm like, okay, sure, I just back off. But most times like that, I'd say, maybe 8 out of 10 times I ask a girl to, engage in the coitus. It doesn't work out well for me. It's usually like most of my lays just come out of nowhere. I remember my first time I was getting a ride home and I just randomly get head, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on here. I don't understand the dynamic. I didn't even think you like me at all. Like, the thing is, the whole stigma with the world and the way it's like this and the way porn is so attractive is because no girl is going to act like they actually like you. That's giving away too much power. That's the whole power dynamic in the feminist movement, and they want all the power. So no girl is actually going to tell you, hey, you're the shit. I would do anything to be your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the fuck you want in your life. No girl is going to tell you that and relinquish her quote unquote power. Unless you're already dating. Unless you have millions of dollars and a lot of leverage. Unless you look like fucking Adonis. But for us average motherfuckers, and I'm saying this because I've been like slightly above average most of my life, but I consider that average now because there's sort of like a hypergamy scale that's been going on. There's wholeflation. Us average guys, we really have to struggle for validation, and I don't want sex. It's a problem with me. I want actual people coming up to me and having these intellectual, brainy conversations with me. That's how I view love. I like people spending time with me. That's how I view love. And the time spending is often misconstrued. It's like, why do you want to hang out with me? Oh my god, trying to stick his dicky in the wiki. And in general, this is how a lot of people view guys. They just think they want that all the damn time. And I'm not saying that's not like most guys or even all guys. I'm just saying it's not me. I'm just saying it's not what I want. I want validation. I honestly, if there was like an eye tracker for porn, you would see I am mostly staring directly at the face, and it's just to see someone look like they want me, look like they're attracted to me, and that I can actually believe. Because when I see that shit outside in the real world, I don't fucking believe it. I do not fucking believe it. This Me Too shit has destroyed my brain, where it's like every woman I chase runs the fuck away. And I try chasing in different ways, different methods, but the thing is, anytime you chase at all, they're gonna run the fuck away. They're like rabbits, they're like cats, they're like whatever. But when you're just like, fuck it, I do not care, they will come. And I think that's why a lot of guys watch porn, just the natural anger that comes around with that fact. Like most guys are hopeless romantics. So when I find someone I really love, and I had that romantic interest in, and I vest that romantic interest in, and I talk to them for 3 years, guess what they do? They run the fuck away. Because you've already given out all of your power, and the girl's not gonna be like, oh no, don't give me that power. She'll take it all. She'll absorb it all, and she will leave you. Because we have a vetted interest. A vetted interest in survival. And a lot of girls think they need that attention, that power, that magic to survive. God damn, my battery's low. Let me charge that. Alright, so let me stop complaining about this shit. Back to the video.
He's not really a man. I'm not here to tell you how man you should be or what kind of man you should be. I'm just here to ask you. Are you even wanting this?
No.
Are you even wanting to dedicate all your life for this? Are you wanting... Because sooner or later you're going to lose that ability. Okay, you can take pills, but you're going to lose that ability.
Yeah, she's talking about the erectile dysfunction thing. Let me go ahead and speed this up.
And then what are you going to do after that?
Well, nothing, just not masturbate, probably kill myself.
You're not able to release yourself anymore. It is no longer hard. What are you going to do? You'll find yourself broken as fuck. Probably with less time that you ever wanted. Probably with less money. Probably with less patience, with less knowing of yourself, because all the time you just run away. And instead of becoming the man, you faked the man that you wanted to be. You went to the...
Yeah, so the running away is the main problem, guys. There's a lot of people... I'm glad she's having this conversation, because a lot of people don't even talk about this. A lot of people... I've mentioned this problem to people in real life, and they just shrug it off. They don't even want to like intellectualize the conversation. They're like, yeah, I just struggle with porn a lot. And they're like, yeah, well, a lot of guys struggle with that. That's fine. And that's the whole conversation. So a lot of guys just run away from this. A lot of guys just avoid the problem until eventually it blows up in their face. I say don't just avoid it. You have to go into your nature. If you're a porn watcher, retard max. Go fucking deep into the caves. Go so far into the cave that there's no way to go but out. So I'm saying like have that goon session that's fucking 4 hours. I'm saying, show up late to work because you've been gooning so hard last night. Do that crazy shit so that you can come back and know that this is generally not the direction I want. This is not. And to truly realize that, to truly retard max, you got to be in your mind. You got to be in your body and your mind, and not lie to yourself about what you really want to do. See, guys, a lot of this freedom shit and all this freedom bullshit, you just have to choose to be a slave. You really do. You really fucking do. That's the weird way to be free. So all you motherfuckers out there that have nothing, think they'll never have nothing, that they'll never own anything, just like the government's been telling us. Retard max and choose your slavery. Yeah. You want to be a slave to gooning? Go ahead and be a slave to gooning. You want to be a slave to video games? Go ahead and be a slave to video games. You want to be a slave to every bitch that comes along your way and says, hey, I want your money? Be a slave to the bitches that want your money. It don't really matter. The nuance of it is not really that intense.
Fast solution.
I feel like I get my my social gratification from this other resource. And obviously it's not healthy. The erectile dysfunction thing is a real thing. It's a real thing caused from porn. And like I said, sex isn't for everyone. Just because it's like a natural, human thing. There are asexual people. Everyone is super fucking weird. So whatever you specifically want to do, whatever works for you, just do that. And don't get trapped into a certain thematic structure like I am a porn watcher, I am a not porn watcher. It's who cares? Putting that shit in the back of your mind and not making it a personality, trait of you is going to help you a lot in the long run. It really is, because it's not about that in life. This is like definitely a side mission. Now I'd say lust in general, it's final boss. But this porn shit, it should not be in the forefront of your mind. The problem is we watch it every day, and it is. It is. We can't stop thinking about it. We cannot stop thinking about it. So, really, future-proof yourself. Think about it. Where do you want to be in 10 years? You want to be sitting in this bed, jerking off, jorking it 10 years later? No. So start the path. I'm not saying cut cold turkey now. Start the path.
Of just living in a fantasy where you don't even realize. If right now you stop watching, and I'm asking you, why did you watch? You're not going to be able to tell me. You're not going to be able to memorize.
That's true, yeah. Scary, right? But then the thing is, that's a social media thing too, because I can't remember like the last YouTube video I watched. That's a social media thing, that's an attention span thing. So I feel like you get off TikTok more, you start reading more, that'll help you with that, certainly.
And there's a lot of shame involved in that. There is a lot of hiding.
There shouldn't be.
It's because you don't think this is right what you're doing. Sex itself is not a problematic thing at all. We meant to do it. You and me came out from sex. But not like that. Porn is not.
Because it feels like it's cheating. But what you have to do is just not view the porn as like a shortcut. Like, it's not even sex. The thing is, porn is an entirely different relationship than you with every other human being on earth. You and porn, that's like between you and God, essentially. But I feel like we have made porn a god in itself. So that's like you between two gods. Now imagine this, two gods are fighting against each other and you're over here like, no. You have to get out of that situation. You have to disconnect yourself from that situation. I don't care who you are, the god in you does not agree with the god in porn. Or the god in AI. They're two different entities. But yeah, we've created multiple gods. And this porn entity needs to be stopped. We gotta get into the final boss of this JRPG and kill God, for sure.
Not sex. It's not that porn doesn't exist in real life. It's that porn is not sex. You think you're doing sex. You're pleasing yourself. This is not sex. So clearly, maybe you're even a virgin. And the more you hide away from doing the work you need to do in order to become a man, the less you will ever become a man, and the more you will want to watch porn, because that's the only time you'll think you're a man.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. It's very true.
It's ruining your life and you just don't see it.
Yeah, that's most habits. More you do it, the easier it's going to become to fall into it. So it's really like a struggle to get out of this hole, because once again, it is so easy, so accessible, But self-control is a very powerful stat. I'd say, build self-control some other way. Maybe you also like eating a certain food. Don't buy that food. Or buy the food. Practice self-control by just having it in the house. and not eating it. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to practice self-control, remembering, and all that. There's a couple methods I might get into later.
It's very easy to fall for it if you think that everybody around you is just giving you what you want for free. But the one to say that is not really for free is taking away the most precious thing that nobody ever can give you back when you decide to stop the membership. Nobody will give you back the time, the mind, the control over your actions again. You will have to do it all over again from day one. And it's for something that is not even lasting. Like it's not an action that lasts, and you can remind yourself of that and have a good memory and have an outcome that lasts for a long time.
It's a lot of things in life. I'm gonna be real with you. A lot of things in life are just experiences for the time being. To this point, it doesn't really hit for me, if I'm being real. That's why people take so many fucking goddamn pictures. Now, I'm not saying take pictures of your dick when you coom every time. You know, that would not fucking help. But you have to remember, life is immaterial. It's short, and that also proves this point valid. You know, we're not gonna get it back. We're not gonna get these events back. So once again, don't be ashamed that you did it. You know, enjoy yourself that you did it. You know, just vibe through that you need to do it, and whenever time it is. But at the same time, you have to realize you're not getting that time back. You got to realize that if you do have shit to do, you're not getting that time back. The thing is, I've noticed with a lot of guys is that, you know, people who masturbate all the time, they're fucking unemployed. They're fucking living on pension. They're fucking Nepo babies. You know, they have a shitload of, like, just time on their hands to do nothing because they have no goals in life. So find a goal. Find an objective. I hate saying this all the time, but hit the gym. It hasn't, like, stopped it for me. You know, stop the masturbation, cold turkey. But I will say, after fucking a good ass training session, I don't think about it for a long time. You know, the cool down is very, 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 very strong after you get the testosterone in your body. And you even have to do a lot. I like I said before in this video, I like to play Dragon Quest, the MMO, and then I just set up a auto boss, and I just go do 30 on each arm, and then I just go back, you know, start up another boss, do some push-ups. It's whatever really fucking works for you. It doesn't really matter what it is. It matters that you're replacing it with something. Because that's the only way you're really going to change anything. You got to replace it.
You don't even remember it. It's an escape route. You don't have to feel your flaws. You don't have to feel none of the things you feel ashamed of. And you run away to a place where you're very much wanted. Because in porn, females are acting as if they really want you. They really want you to fuck them. They really want you to come in their face. They really want you to do all the things that you wish to do to a woman.
Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about.
The woman, or you don't have the
wanting to be wanted.
You have to reach to that point. So you go to that place, and that's it. Everything is happening in such a short time. Is a shortcut for everything. But it's not forever. And then you will be left without nothing. Not without nothing. With worse.
Yeah. So she's kind of talking about that shortcut thing I was talking about before. I really don't think we should view this as a shortcut to sex. I really don't. I mean, of course, it produces the same thing. But the general physical of it is different. And, you know, it's actively causing detriment to your body by doing it. Now, sex may cause detriment to your life. But the thing is, you can repair your life back, usually. You know, it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to cost a lot of time if you chase sex and it fucks up your life, you know, as far as a woman goes. But it's a silent killer, this porn, you know? It's a silent killer, and it only affects you. So, in my eyes, since I don't want to be here in the first place, it's basically self-suicide. It's the easy escape route, you know? It's the jump out, the slow death, the slow ego death, you know? So just know you're making a choice. You're making a choice on whether, I guess, to give your soul to society and actively help someone, you know, make it through and produce more love, or just be like a love hoarder, you know? Be a love hoarder and have that relationship with you and the porn god and the other god and just hoard all your shit. You know, you could make someone happy, you could not make someone happy, someone could ruin your life, you could save someone else's life. Who cares, right? Who cares, right? Because I'm here and I have my porn, and that's solid. I feel like that's why a lot of guys jump into this route. But you can't look at this as a cheat code. It's not a cheat code. It's something completely fucking different from a relationship. Every single guy will tell you that being in a relationship is just not even comparable. It's two completely different worlds. And a lot of these crazy masturbationites have never even been in that world yet. So I say, don't be a fucking pussy. Get out there. Get outside. Please get outside. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. Go walk around your neighborhood. Go to a park. Go to a library. Libraries are still free, thank God. And really figure out what you want as far as that relationship goes. And I'm not saying like you have to get a super hot girlfriend or a super hot boyfriend or whatever. I'm just saying like friendships wise. I'm saying people you can talk to. And then when you have these urges, when you have these like reflexes to grab a phone, just realize it's probably because you want to communicate with someone, because you want to wake up in the morning and have that good morning text or that good night text, because you want to converse with someone and share opinions and share knowledge and share wisdom, your story, your happiness, your encouragement, and you want that shared back to you instead of all this bullshit that other people share, like, oh, look how much money I got, I hate this person, or all this. We don't really need a majority of our core friendships and relationships in life. They're all replaceable. Every single one. So the fact that porn is there to actively and efficiently replace the sex, it's metagaming for guys. It's metagaming. Be real with you. It's metagaming for real. And we have to stop looking at it that way. It is not a cheat code. It is not a shortcut. It is completely different. And people just aren't aware to this reality. I'm not saying it's better. I'm not saying it's worse. I'm saying you have to take a chance. Why are you not taking a chance? I'm not saying go out and go talk to a bunch of girls either. I'm just saying be out there. If someone really wants you as a guy, they will make it known. They will make it known. And guys, patience is a virtue too. You know, a lot of guys sort of block their own blessings by being like, this girl wants me a little bit, I have to. Like, shut the fuck up and just do your own thing. Please. But the porn is there and it's actively stopping us from finding our own things. I really feel like you just gotta go outside and figure some shit out, guys. I know I hate the whole touch grass, critique as well, but it really did help me, so I'm gonna preach it. Just the small act of taking a walk in my neighborhood every day. At least for me, it helped my routine a lot. So I'll go ahead and finish this up here. I'll read a couple comments too, okay?
Now, you can hate me in the comments below. You can say that I don't understand what I'm talking about. You can say that I'm conservative, I'm an old-fashioned, or whatever you want to name it. If you want to have a respectful conversation, I will respond back to you, of course. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Good video. It's me. All right, so anyways, let's go back to some comments here.
How to use AutoCode Explorer.
Yeah, it's like a damn autoplay. All right, so essentially, yeah. So this is essentially what I've been getting at in general. It's like porn sucks, but not having a genuine relationship sucks even more. And a lot of guys are automatically putting them in the frame of mindset like, if I have a relationship, it's not going to be genuine because everybody hates me. Dog. Just fucking try. And if you find everyone around you isn't genuine, guess who's the fucking end all be all, the consensuous factor between all this? Start being genuine with people and they will start being genuine with you. And the way you're going to do that is to stop lying to yourself about this porn thing. I don't care if you still do it. Just stop lying to yourself about it. Stop being ashamed, and notice that it really, really affects your life. And notice how it affects your life. A lot of people are in denial about that. I think that this video is very helpful for that. A grandmother must feel grandchild for the first 10 years, demands money, and asks if she doesn't at all care about her legacy. Okay, this doesn't apply to porn. See, yeah, exactly. The dopaminergic behavior is really what's killing guys. Because this porn thing is like the biggest dopamine thing for guys. The biggest dopamine thing for girls is just attention. So for girls, it's attention on like Instagram and social media. For guys, it's strictly porn. And that's what's really fucking this generation. I think it's kind of pointless warning people that you will end up with nothing while having nothing is what drove them to do. Yeah, exactly. So oftentimes you have to just be okay with that and not like give people this anxiety mindset that if you don't watch porn, you're going to end up with something. Because what happens when that doesn't come true? I'm not saying it's not going to come true for you. But what happens when the reality of life comes in, and we have to know that we're just, as guys, we're not expected to gain anything. You know, we're not promised anything for the world. And I think that's okay. I think it's good that we have to earn things. I think it's good that we have to have merit in lives. But that's just because once again, I value growth over everything else. So obviously, as someone who has grown, as someone who has seen himself grow, I think everybody can do it, and I think this is the way the world should be structured. But for someone who's at the bottom and just addicted and just disturbed, and he's like, I went to this place because I had nothing, and then now you're telling me if I stop, I'll get something. You know, that's supposed to convince me. You know, it's just not the way to drive people. You know, addiction, any activity is temporary pleasure. You know the ill consequences, but able to stop. Yep. Little quote there. This loving approach showing women how to behave and treat each other is lacking nowadays. Let's support this. Okay. Yeah, good raw video as well. We do love that. Okay, I'll read one more. Okay, so I'll read this guy. I never thought of myself as having addictions. One time after meditating, I remembered a painful event, and before realizing what I was doing, I had the phone in my hand about to watch YouTube, and I realized how subtle addictions are. At least for me. Shame triggers any kinds of distraction, but when the shame is too high and isn't enough to distract me, I need something more. Until the most effective, porn. Exactly. I feel like a lot of girls have all of these DMs just waiting for them to respond to, especially if they're fairly attractive, because they wait until their anxiety brings them to that place where they're like, I can't stand this world anymore. I want to die. I need blank. And then, you know, it's apparently some wonderful person over here on Instagram telling them how beautiful they are. You know, they just want to read it. They just want to maybe respond to it, whatever. It's just like us with porn. We get to this area where we're, oh, I guess I'll watch YouTube because I feel so bad. Oh, I guess I'll do this because I feel so bad. And then eventually, it just boils over. It just boils over and we have to watch porn. We don't have these healthy coping mechanisms because nobody's taught us that. Like imagine if they taught us healthy coping mechanisms in high school. Imagine, guys. Imagine. But that's not the world we live in right now. Yes, so I'm going to read the last part of this too. I also think something important is to just accept who you become bluntly, not hatefully. I am addicted to my phone. I am addicted to music. I'm addicted to porn. Not to give advice, of course. My life isn't perfect, but whenever I do, it gets better. And when I don't, it gets worse. The comment, less of an epiphany and more of a confession. Yeah. So, generally what you have to realize is that most times, just acknowledging that we have a problem is a huge step. Huge step in the conversation that a lot of people aren't even willing to take. And just to acknowledge that your addictions are there and they control you to a certain extent is a good thing. But acceptance is just the first step. You know, you accepted it, you know, you're there. Now it's time to take action. And even if you're not even accepting it, you know, taking action is really good. Really profitable. So I think the actions we take dictate our future and our general, you know, outlines on what our lives should really be like. You know, and of course, a lot of people disagree with, oh no, accountability. Porn's not my fault. It's these porn companies' fault. But, yeah, it doesn't matter whose fault it is, man. At the end of the day, if you take accountability for it, it will make you feel better. I don't care whose fault it is. Guess whose fault it always is? It's your fault. And if you just go by that wonderful, wonderful stigma, you'll be a more whole person. You know, maybe you won't be happy all the damn time, and that's not the point. But you'll be more whole just knowing that you have power. Because ain't that what we all want? You know. Not really me, but I suppose once you get enough power, you're kind of done with it. Anyways, guys, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed this different thing, this little reaction thing. I don't even know where I'm going to upload this. I don't even know if I will. But I had fun making it. And that's the main part, right? Right? Who cares Who cares? I may have fapped today. I may have done whatever today. Who gives a fuck? As long as I had fun doing it. I'm still here because of that. And once I stop having fun, maybe I'll be gone. Maybe. Maybe someone come around and convince me to stay. Who really cares? We're playing it by ear, guys. So, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you liked it. Like it if you like it. And I will see you next time.
So much, I would give my life for this. If the bullet was the beat, I would probably die for this. How many times did I cry for this? I would hate myself if I didn't at least try for this. What's at stake is bigger than me. Blood, tears, how it stains, can't rid it with ease. What we have in common is our pain. We're given the keys to unlock what it takes to fight for what we believe in. Hard to confront the truth of what you see in the mirror. Some people you inspire and others you trigger. Fighting a blind faith led by the internal voice. You might not want to do it, but you don't have a choice.